Hi, this is KV and this is the new moon phase report for Leo for the new moon on March 11, 2013. Okay, so you're someone who has probably been a little bit really kind of not even being able to put your finger on what's even going on right now. It's a little too much water for you and a little bit too much uncertainty about what move you should even make in your life. So you are best suited at this time to just really sit back and quiet your mind and quiet the anxiety and really just kind of take a rest from trying to figure out what next moves you're supposed to make. You're very much focused now in this really dark place that's very psychological in nature and is the reason that you've been kind of doing some inner soul work in a way. You've definitely been probably seeing some things that you would have rather kept to the depth, but there's a really good reason for you needing to go to that depth to kind of make peace with this part of yourself that you haven't really, especially being Leo and wanting to be sunshiny and it's all good, and you know, but deep down there's just been kind of a lot of pain and some things that haven't really given you lots of reason to be happy and as joyful as you would like to be. And it's all good. You know, there's really nothing to stress over. There's just a need for you to get real about some things that are very deeply psychologically embedded in you. And like this is with this placement, I always kind of talk about the malware system, because I got to discover that once when my system totally crashed and was totally attacked, and I didn't know we were supposed to buy malware protection. I'm like, who knew? You know, everyone I even told was like, what are you talking about? So this is something that like the normal extermination won't really discover. It's not a surface thing, it's very deep. And there's just some things that are needing a total transformation. And this also is a really big death and rebirth kind of cycle in your life too, where you're seeing lots of things fall away. And you really just need to know that there is a new and a better coming back into your life. You know, it's not all lost, just the right things. You weren't attracting just the best of things that were exactly a right match for you. This can be very much related to others, because this kind of deals with issues that are my stuff and your stuff, like a classification and a line drawn of this is yours, this is mine. So there can be some work that's going on that level with others that you have shared things with. There's also the element of something friends related that is going on with this too. And that can be something that's like friends are kind of pushing your buttons and exposing you to wounds you didn't know you had. That could be a common thing that would be happening during this time, and it could be causing a lot of confusion in your mind, like even like something where you thought you could trust someone and you thought they had your back, and something happened that now you're like, wait a minute, I don't even know if I can trust you. Who are you? You're supposed to be my friend. And you know, and then something with that where you're having to face like the reality of what this person or whatever, it could even be like a group of people, you know, that they really didn't have your best interests in mind, and it could be a big blow to your psychological stability. But in hindsight, you will see how had this not happened, you wouldn't be facing this other thing that kind of really relates to something else from even farther ago in your past. And so it's one of those like blessing triggers that's really kind of showing you to this thing that you, now that you know, you would like to heal this and change it and live this better kind of way. So hold on, I'm looking at the chart. I'm being very spontaneous with these now, where I don't look until I start printing, or until I start recording. Because otherwise I'm going to be here for weeks. It's already been like an entire day. I wonder too, like, if you can see in the recordings how like the sun changes. Although it's been snowing all day, so it's kind of this gray-white light. But anyway, so let me take a look here a little minute. Okay, yeah, so a lot of this wound pushing is, button pushing, wound exposing, is really related to a lot of things that are, you know, down in that roots arena, something childhood. So I feel like I can see something that's like, something happens, it exposes this other thing about your nature that you didn't really want to look at, but then when you do look at it, you kind of almost go down this rabbit hole and like, this actually originated way back then. That's what I used to see. That's what I learned is acceptable. So then I've continued to manifest all these other things, and now through that whole process you're going to be coming to this like, wait a minute, I'm ready to have a total rebirth and totally redo this all over, and I'm like done repeating this pattern. And the reason you really will be able to be done with it is because you're going to see the actual root cause of it. Like the actual thing that really, it did really originate from. So that's where it's good, but it might not feel so good, and you could be just like, like it's been way too much. You're like, give me a break. But you just need to be gentle on yourself and realize this is like, you're in this psychological healing therapist time. Like even if you ever did feel like, oh my gosh, I need to see a therapist, like everything's kind of lined up to help you, if you need somebody to assist you, to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, to, you know, kind of peel through all these layers to really get to the, that's what that's all about. That's why I've always done that. That's why I've found this to be acceptable when everybody else is like, I don't go there on that. So it'll be beneficial in the long run. Some new moon affirmations I would do are something like, I am a survivor, I'm healing, I am happy to be healing these wounds that were actually keeping me from the happiness that I should really know, that's a sustainable long-term happiness. I am living my soul's purpose. I am thankful for the people who are exposing my wounds to me, who are actually helping me heal to be a better person. I am glad that I am seeing the truth of who is my friend and who is not, because you do still have a lot of blessings going on with this kind of amazing connections with friends. You are you know, I would say that too, that like you are growing closer with maybe a smaller group of people who are really like your peoples, you know, and really seeing how like, whoa, I'm gonna have to keep these ones over here, these ones over here, keep some kind of boundary walls between some of them, and then pull closer this really small unit that really is enriching my life. So there's, look at that element too, to be occurring with friends like that. And then what we have, it's really kind of cool because right now you're doing this excavating inner work, you know, seeing layers of things that are helping you understand more about where you're at. And then Mars goes into Aries the day after the new moon. So this is all very positive, hopeful, new, exciting rebirth kind of things going on for you. And then Mars is going to move into the next sign of really kind of starting over, and he's going to be really focused in like bringing more truths to you and kind of taking your way of thinking to a higher octave, you know, and like really kind of making you want to expand and kind of move to do new levels. So it's going to be really good, and you couldn't really be moving to these new levels had you not been spending this time that is actually not over. You actually have a couple more years of the excavating. So also be patient. All the planets right now are sitting there and focused and really helping you connect with spirit. Get quiet, you know, kind of use other sources to access information within your body. Yet they're all right here. It's just like the quieting of here. And so that focus is still going to be going on for a couple years. There's just a really big concentration right now because it's really important that you do, you know, this is like the, you know, you're sanding down a floor, you know, and this is that first one where, you know, you're getting off the most of it. I don't know. I've never sanded a floor. I don't know how that goes. I don't even know why I said that. Maybe because my floors need to be sanded. I'm like, I need something to sand my floors. But, so yeah. Just think this is a real big job going on right now, and then it's just going to continue. But once this first one at least is putting all this attention on, so you can embrace what this situation is and know this is what's going on in my life, you know. I'm just peeling back all these layers of things that aren't really me. And the cool thing is that eventually I get to be really me, and not with any fronts of thinking I have to be this other thing. I get to be me. And how refreshing is that? So, okay, we're going to stop there, and that's what you need to focus on. Set your new moon intentions there of expediting the situation, you know, see yourself going through it quicker. Being so open to the look will actually assist the end result. So even now, I'm ready to see everything I need to see to heal, you know, even putting that energy out there that you're willing. You're not going to push this away and deny and I can't look at that, but just standing up and saying I want to look is going to make the process go even quicker. So think about that. So put your intentions there for the new moon, and I'll be back in 2 weeks, and we're going to talk about how everything's moving more into this truth, higher expansion with your mind, maybe even needing to travel and get out of here, you know, take a break. You know, maybe go on a little retreat or something. But, okay, so I'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a beautiful new moon.